This is the Happy Families podcast. It's beginning to feel a lot like Christmas, and today a Doctor's Desk episode. Researchers have looked at what makes Christmas merry and bright and what makes it a little less so. Smiling faces are big on that list, Mrs. Happy Families.
Well, I'm just thinking about a question that somebody posed the other day.
Yep.
They asked me which of my children was the hardest.
What's that got to do
raise?
With Christmas? You're just taking me on a tangent. Which of our children, I feel like you're setting me up here. Which of our children, I can look for the look on your face. It's like this is not part of the podcast. You're just throwing this at me in the intro. Which of our children, we have 6 daughters aged 11 to 26, which of our children has been hardest to raise?
Well, I actually told them it was my mother-in-law's. He's pretty complicated.
You are right. How to have a Merry Christmas according to the research is next on the Happy Families podcast. Stay with us. Thanks so much for joining us. This is the Happy Families podcast, real parenting solutions every single day. We are Australia's most downloaded parenting podcast. We love that you choose to listen to us. And today on the pod, as we do every Thursday, I'm not letting it go just because it's December, Kylie. We are talking Christmas. We're talking research and what data tells us about having the happiest Christmas.
Well, I'm really curious.
Are you really? Because you have never said that about a
I'm
Doctor's
just
Desk
saying it
episode
for you,
before.
for your sake.
Right, okay.
Can you tell me, in that research, does it tell us what predicts more Christmas happiness?
Okay, so yes.
I just brought a cushion the other day that says very merry.
Very merry, yeah. And
yes, I would like more merry in my house.
Christmas. I love you at Christmas time. Tim Kasser and Ken Sheldon, 2 researchers that I've admired literally for decades. In 2002, so I'm going back 20 something years. I can't do live maths, 23 years. Published an article in the Journal of Happiness Studies that was looking at what makes Christmas merry and bright for some people and less so for others. So your question was directly answered by this study, and let me go through the list and interrupt me at any time. Please note as well, this was a North American study, but I think that there's probably going to be some crossover in Australia. Number 1, family and religious experiences were particularly predictive of Christmas happiness. Now, Australia's a really secular country, so I'm not sure how strong the religious element would be, but we have a faith
Do you think
foundation.
it's not so much about religion, or do you think that it's actually about having purpose and meaning to your Christmas?
Yeah, I mean, if you're Hindu or if you're Muslim, then you're probably not going to find Christmas to be a time of great joy, satisfaction, meaning and merriness, right? So this is very much about purpose. This is about tying in with values, which means that you don't have to be religious to find that the message of redemption and forgiveness and joy and goodwill towards men and women, because it's 2025.
Or just generosity and kindness.
Yeah, that's right. So those principles that underpin what Christmas is about, and frankly what Christianity is about, if we have a focus on that at Christmas, then it will give us the same level of purpose. It's really interesting. Going off topic just a bit, but I read a research paper just recently about religion. And what it highlights is that religion, this will probably upset people who are secular who are very happy, but religion does tend to have a positive association with well-being relative to not being religious at all. But it doesn't matter what religion you are. Religion just has a general positive impact on well-being. Of course, we all know religious people who are miserable, and we know plenty of atheists who are very, very happy. So we're not talking about causation, we're talking about correlation. But back to the research paper for here, the more we can focus on positive family relationships, and the more we can focus on the meaning and purpose of Christmas, particularly if we have a faith foundation, the more likely it is that we'll have Christmas happiness. Worth also highlighting here, if your family is fractured, if there are relationships that are not going so well, and we've certainly had our fair share of that over the years as well, it really does put a damper on your Christmas. It does make it that little bit less joyful, merry and satisfying, because you look around the table and you think, there's somebody not here, or there's somebody who's here under duress, wish they weren't here, kind of thing. And so relationships, they're at the heart of our well-being, and they're also at the heart of a Merry Christmas.
Were there any other things that would add to a more merry Christmas?
I have a list of a few more things that came up in the research. They found that engaging in this blows me away, by the way, but engaging in environmentally conscious consumption practices was apparently associated with greater happiness. I don't know if this is politically motivated or not.
Wow.
But so
does that mean
no plastic straws, and you'll be happy?
I was going to say brown paper for gift wrap. 'Cause did you know you can't actually recycle printed paper?
I did know that. Yeah, it's got to go on the trash heap. Got to go in the rubbish bin. Funny story about plastic straws. Incidentally, a few years ago, when the federal government here in Australia said, "Oh, was it a state? I don't know. Whoever it was, the government said no more plastic straws."
Are you going to tell you a story about your mum?
My mum went out and she.
I think she brought up every last plastic straw.
She went to the wholesaler and she bought a box of like 10,000 plastic straws.
Every Christmas we get together and the kids get to have milkshakes with a plastic straw.
And you know what's so funny? I mean, Mum was incensed by this legislative thing. But the funnier thing is that now when we do drink out of a plastic straw, we kind of go, don't like this. Like, it feels kind of weird in your mouth, and I'm just not loving it. Anyway, apparently in the research that was associated with it, take that for what it's worth. There are a couple of other things.
So does it mean no paper plates?
I mean, if you use paper plates, is that environmentally conscious, or is that bad for the environment?
No, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
No plastic or paper plates, because that's just adding to landfill.
Yeah, I know. But then
if you're using
crockery.
Yeah, and environmentally friendly detergent, then that's going to be a way better environmental.
This was meant to be such a simple doctor's desk. I'm so confused now.
I don't think it's going to make me any happier.
I mean, they didn't explicitly say.
That's going to hurt my brain.
I don't think it's going to make me any happier.
Anything else on your list?
Sorry.
Come on, let's just move on.
This is a quirk of me. Before I talk about what else was on the list for what makes apparently for a more Merry Christmas, sometimes I wonder why we need research for this stuff. I'm not sure that this is helping.
That's right. Doctor's desk seems so crazy to me.
I don't know if this is helping or not. I would rather, I hate eating off plastic. I hate eating off paper. For me, if I want to have a Merry Christmas, I'm eating on a proper plate with real cutlery. None of this plastic stuff.
Every year.
Ticks me off.
Everybody else has a paper plate and you go get
everyone's
yourself.
sitting on the couch and you've got this paper plate on your knees and it's folding as you push the knife and the plastic knife
and you go to stab
breaks.
your steak and your fork breaks.
And food goes on the floor.
Or you go to stab it and it's a wooden fork and it won't stab.
Yeah, I just think, can we just, I don't know if it's environmentally friendly to use the stuff that you use every day or not. Pull out a nice Christmas Royal Dalton thing if your grandma handed that down to you. I just reckon use real plates. And who cares what the research says? I'm throwing this doctor's desk in. All right, there's a couple of other things that came up here. Spending quality time with family and friends we've talked about, because relationships are at the heart of our well-being. Consuming less and appreciating nature more. I mean, that makes sense. We love going for a beach walk on Christmas Day. That's really nice. Being older was also predictive of more Christmas happiness.
So I think that that's really true. And as I've looked at the way our Christmas celebrations have matured over the years, I find more joy out of being together with my family at Christmas now, because I feel like I've let go of all the tinsel and glitter that was not important. You know, all these years I've been kind of doing things because that's either what I felt was expected or needful to have a Merry Christmas. But as the kids have grown older, they've actually been very articulate about the things that matter and the things that don't.
Yeah, you know what didn't come up in the research, and it's what I would say is the merriest Christmas just comes from seeing joy and delight on the kids' faces, and that wasn't in the research. Hey, after the break, let's talk about what predicts less Christmas well-being, and also a few demographic realities here that I found fascinating in terms of who has the merrier Christmas. We're back. This is the Happy Families podcast. Thanks so much for being with us. The research around Christmas so far, this Tim Kasser, Ken Sheldon research paper has just given us a lot to laugh about. Kylie, what's your next question about this doctor's desk?
So what predicts less happiness if all of those things were creating more merry?
All right. I mean, I don't even know if I agree with this. I mean, I kind of do, but I also kind of don't. There's only two things. Number one, what predicted less Christmas well-being was when spending money and receiving gifts predominated. And number two, when Christmas was focused on spending money and receiving gifts, which is just another way of saying the first thing. So basically a materialistic focus seems to lead to a less merry Christmas.
I would entirely agree with that.
Yeah, see, I don't. It's really, really fun when I go out on Christmas Eve, even though we've got no money and I'm not supposed to do it. And I max out the credit card and buy a whole lot of stuff for the kids. And then I watch them open it on Christmas Day and they get excited about it. I'm just like, oh my goodness, materialism is way better than I always thought it was.
And then tomorrow.
Then I'm regretful and miserable.
That's right.
But that's not Christmas anymore. That's now Boxing Day. So
that's Boxing Day's problem.
Yeah, that's right. That's tomorrow me's problem, not today.
Yeah, but it takes the glitter and joy of Christmas. And I think too often, when our children grow up with this more mentality, I remember in the early days, your mum is a gift giver. She loves giving gifts. But not only does she, because she loves giving gifts, even the smallest item has to be wrapped separately.
Yep.
So the kids would get a pile of presents instead of, a couple of presents.
Kid you not, like there would be between 10 and 15 gifts for each child.
Now, we have 6 children. So imagine me sitting on the couch,
oh my goodness.
Number one, trying to actually just follow what each child received so I knew who got what.
Right. So we can send their thank you letter.
I felt awful. I felt like this, kind of, I don't know, hovering helicopter. But I desperately wanted to know who got what from who so that I could give thanks for who gave what to who. And my sister-in-law, we both sat on the couch one day and the pile next to us, because we both have 6 children, was taller than us seated on the couch.
I mean, the kids were going nuts. They were loving it. But the other thing.
But.
Go ahead, yeah.
As I watched, there was just this, literally incessant need to open the next
That's what I was going to say. They went nuts, but there was no joy in it. It was just, what else have you got me? What else have you got me? And they'd open one thing and literally toss the paper in one direction, toss the new toy or book or gift or whatever it was in the other direction, and grab the next one and do that as well.
So we went the complete opposite. It now means that Christmas gift giving takes forever because we insisted that each person open up a present and everybody watch it so that we could take joy in it. And they still love doing it. And now we've got lots of children and it's a lot. But it really gave us an opportunity to just kind of break things up and enjoy the materialism of you going shopping on Christmas Eve.
So let's wrap this up. Basically what the data shows.
So funny.
I know.
I like unwrapping, just saying.
Basically the research shows that a materialistic focus undermines well-being. Which is there's this thing in the theory of psychology that I really work hard to share with people. There's this thing called goal contents theory. What's your goal? If you've got intrinsic goals or if you've got extrinsic goals, right? So what we're talking about here with the materialistic focus is a classic extrinsic goal orientation. Family and spiritually related materials support intrinsic needs, and that tends to lead to better outcomes. There was a quote in the paper that said this: wrapping presents generally yields fewer inherent rewards than spending time playing games or conversing with family. So that's really the take-home message here. There were a couple of demographic things that I just thought I'd share quickly before we wrap it up. There's my little pun again. Being rich, being clever, so IQ, and being in a relationship didn't really seem to have much of an impact on how good Christmas was. Also, males were a lot happier and less stressed than females during the Christmas period.
I wonder why.
I knew you were looking at...
Who sets up the Christmas tree? Who cooks the Christmas lunch? Who wraps all the presents? Who buys all the presents? Just saying.
I mean, in our home, we both know the answer to those questions.
It's so interesting to me. You talk about it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter how rich you are. I remember back to some of our earliest Christmases and we had very little to put on the table and very little to put under the tree.
My goodness.
And one year we decided that we would do a homemade Christmas.
Yeah.
And
not buying anything.
Got all of the kids involved. It made my Christmas a lot harder because I had to supervise and help each of the kids. It's one of my favourite Christmas.
Yeah, because there's no entitlement there, right? Because everyone suddenly understands how much work goes into it, how much effort's required because they've got to do the work. And then they're suddenly like, oh, these gifts are meaningful because I worked to create this for you. And you don't look at it and go, what's that junk you made, the paper mache? Because you've also gone to that level of work and effort to give. So you recognize and understand that. Kylie, there's one more thing that's worth throwing in here from a different research paper in terms of what to get people. If you know them well, the research shows get them something that you know that they'll like because you know them well and you know what they're going to want. If you don't know them well, you know what the best thing to get them is?
They say it's a gift voucher, but do you know what? It's so lame.
Well, it's a gift voucher.
As a giver, it's so lame. It feels just impersonal.
Yeah, but it is because you don't know them well. So therefore,
yeah, but I'd rather give them cash and I'd rather find a creative way to give them cash than stick a credit card in an envelope.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not actually about the credit card or the gift voucher. It's about the monetary value and saying, hey, why don't you go out and splurge on something that you would like tomorrow on the Boxing Day sales. That's what it's really about.
Like one year, my sister, she gave one of the girls $20, I think, but it was $1 coins, and she'd blown up 20 balloons and stuck the coin in the balloon, and they had to pop all the balloons. Like just silly things like that. It makes it feel more meaningful.
Anyway, that's the paper. We'll link to it in the show notes. I don't think anyone's going to read it after the conversation we've just had about it. And I don't know, maybe it came from the University of Dirk because you knew most of it anyway, but I think it's an interesting conversation. It's nice to see that there's some research about it. How to have a meaningful Christmas. According to research, a Doctor's Desk episode on the Happy Families podcast, which is produced by Justin Ruhlon from Bridge Media. Mim Hammonds provides research, admin, and other support. And if you would like more information about making your family happier, visit us at happyfamilies.com.au.